While I might lose some street cred for being a horror movie fan if I admitted that I did look away from the screen a couple times during this movie, during the scary parts, but mostly because the movie was so bad. Well, both are kind of true. The Forest, starring Natalie Dormer. Pretty much the only reason why anyone would even check this movie out, because it's Natalie Dormer. She's pretty cool. So the movie is about Natalie Dormer's character, Sarah, who has a sister who moved to Tokyo and started teaching there. But she took her class on a trip to this famous forest. I can't pronounce the name of it, but it's become known as the Suicide Forest. It's an actual place. And I don't know, apparently after their trip there, she gets lost in the forest or whatever. So Sarah hears about all this, is like, no, my sister can't be dead. I know she's still alive because she's my twin. So she goes to Japan, she goes to the forest to look for her sister, and that's the movie. So yes, this is a forest that actually exists in Japan, and a lot of Japanese people go there and commit suicide. So of course, when they make a movie about it, they make it about a white American female. Naturally. I wouldn't be so annoyed with that if they managed to make an interesting story out of it or use it in an interesting way to make a good and compelling movie, but they don't. For at least the first half of the movie, it feels like it could go somewhere. You're willing to kind of stick around with it, but then when it finally gets to the final act, you just kind of know that the ending's gonna totally disappoint you, and oh, look at that, it totally does. This is mainly Natalie Dormer's movie. There are a couple supporting characters, two dudes who kind of help her through the forest a little bit. But then for some of these characters, their behavior and actions are just never explained. But also the kind of big thing with going into this forest, or at least in this movie, is that if you're kind of there for too long, you can start seeing things, and so there's kind of a supernatural element to it, but I thought that was garbage in this movie. The way they used it was just for scares, like it wasn't really to enhance the story in any way. So there's a point when Natalie Dormer's character, it's clear that she starts seeing things, but then you don't know to the extent of what is hallucination and what's real, and there are just certain things there's like, I mean, why would she have hallucinated that, or like it's such a realistic hallucination. The distinction of what's real and what's not is not clear, and that would have helped a lot, but also would have just helped if the movie was better. So that's that. And it's a shame because Natalie Dormer deserves to be in movies where she is the lead, and she finally is in one, and it's not that good. Luckily, she's good in it, so hopefully this will lead her to playing more prominent characters in movies, and hopefully a lead in a good movie, because she's an amazing actress, and we all know that, because we all suffer through Game of Thrones. So, anyway, I'm not going to spend too much more time on this. The Forest could have been good, decides to go a really crappy route, so I'm going to give it a barely worth it. Okay guys, well, did you see this movie? Let me know what you thought about it in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. Okay guys, that's it for me. Hope you're having a great day, and I will see you soon. Toodles!